everybody, it's your friend Oxtail coming back to you again. We just finished up with Avatar, so wow, what a great episode. It told a little bit about Aang and Zuko. Man, I kind of saw the Aang kind of line coming a little bit. I mean, when I saw what happened and what they were going to do with Aang and how he was being treated as it was almost as close as to Pyrrha's kind of situation. And I hate to use Ruby and Avatar because they are separate TV shows, but I mean the premise is still there. Pyrrha said it best. It's like when you're placed on a pedestal, it's like no one wants to even try to do anything to talk to you or socialize with you, or think you are on a pedestal so high that they'll never be able to obtain it. Well, in Pierre's case, that was kind of more towards Jean in that case, but in this episode, I think it still speaks true. Everyone put him on a pedestal. Everyone put him into, that they wouldn't be able to beat, the kids treated him like this, almost like leopard almost, and like they wanted to have fun, but they felt like that now that he was the Avatar, that they wouldn't have fun because he would always win. And that was a little sad that they ostracized him like that. And then his teacher, his mentor, trying to, have fun with him because he was still young. I mean, he wanted him to learn how to be a kid first because, again, speaking back to Ruby, Osmond's, during the food fight episode, he's like, they're not going to be kids forever. He's like, they're supposed to be protectors of the world. He's like, they will be. But right now, let's let them be kids because they won't have their role forever. That's kind of the mentality I see. That I see the kind of the. I'm not, again, not trying to compare apples to oranges. I know they're two separate, but it's again that whole duality just kind of does speak because there are tones here that speak to Ruby a little bit, um, and there's tones here that make it more sounded because we've seen this, and this is a good way to do it. I loved how they did that, and it was very interesting. And then we see Zuko, who was just trying to be the leader that everyone wanted him to be, and he's like, "I'm going to take, I'm going to be the leader once my father lets me, take over the reins, or if he gets killed, or if he passes away, or whatever however that works in that society." And then he speaks out during this meeting. Now, man, the Fire Nation, I don't know. I mean, this fiery kind of we don't care about our people. We don't care about the underlings around us. Even if they're new, they'll just get their cannon fodder at that point, and we'll just sweep around and basically take them from the back. It's that to me is just you're just at that point just kind of a dick. Excuse my language, but Egon was. He was just a jerk, and he just didn't think about his people. That's the sign of a poor leader. That someone doesn't care about their people that are underneath them. I've always strived to treat people with respect, and think about their well-being, and understand that while I am not I am the leader of this channel, and I want everyone to be, have fun, enjoy my commentary, enjoy my reactions, and that's why I do this. And if I would never think, oh, I can do this to underwrite this to make my channel bigger. And I know that's kind of two separate things, but I mean, this is so hard for me to swallow that kind of Fire Nation mentality because I'm completely opposite from that. I could never see myself doing anything like that, but I can understand this mentality from them because this just speaks to how single-minded they are, how unthoughtful. I mean, they're the epitome of almost lawful evil, and or yeah, I would say lawful evil. If you ever know of anyone that plays D&D, lawful evil is not essentially just being cruel. In the sense they were being cruel, but in a sense obeying the laws to further your advances, and but using the laws in an evil kind of manner. You're basically undermining. You're basically going by the laws, but you're undermining things by using the laws. You're basically controlling things by saying, "Hey, I follow the law, but I did this very sneaky thing that, in layman's terms, is still within the law, and that to me is just such a lawful evil people are just kind of real hard to deal with because you can't fight against someone that's obeying law, but they're in a sense using it in an evil manner. So uh, it's kind of hard to fight that kind of mentality. But Aang's got to definitely. I'm glad that Aang had basically found himself. He just was doubting himself because he did kind of run away from the situation, and I don't blame him for what happened. And Katara had a point. If he would have stayed, yes, he was the Avatar, but he was still learning a lot at that time. He still only had mastered airbending. We don't know if he would have been able to use the other elements because he just now recently learned how to do waterbending, even though it came kind of natural. But it's again, he kind of ran away from the situation only because he felt like that his identity was being removed from him. He didn't want to, be treated like and like this, like again, like a peer situation. He didn't want to be treated like an unequal. He wanted to be treated like a kid for a while, and then he would grow up into the Avatar. And I feel like that's speaking a lot to Aang's character that he just needed to find a reason to believe in himself because I mean it's real easy to doubt when you're basically got the world on your shoulder, and it's easy. And again, we see that so much in different shows that when you got this weight and you get doubts, you get questions, you kind of go, oh man, I have so much weight on my shoulders. How do I deal with this? And in hindsight, it's always 2020. So you kind of go, oh man, I did this in the past. If I didn't do that, then I would have been able to do this and help people then. You can't think like that. I mean, yes, the past is a good teacher. All we can do is learn from it. We make mistakes, and that's the way we learn as humans. But I know I'm talking a lot about social norms and psychological stuff, and it's a very this one was very deep for me. It was really kind of meant a lot to see the struggles that Aang is still kind of dealing with being the Avatar. He's still trying to find his place in the world, and I think he's got good friends around him, and that's what's important for him. And I like how Zuko's character grew a little bit that day too. I mean, he acted like he didn't care about his men, but he ended up showing he does. So honestly, I think Zuko and his uncle are going to come to a point that they're going to go, what's the point of us chasing the Avatar? Yes, he wants to gain honor to back to his Fire Nation, but I think, and this is just a theory, that Zuko is going to find a point that he's going to see how bad his country has gotten, that this lawful evil mentality has gotten them into a position where everyone hates them. No one, everyone wants to see them not in power, and that he's going to be just hated by everybody. And I guess he kind of wants that, but he's not sure if he really wants that. So I like how they kind of played with that a little bit. So, folks, what a great episode. So let me know what your thoughts are. I know I rambled there for a few minutes. It was one of those episodes that you could kind of take a lot into it. You can kind of see different ways of doing things. And I like my examples just, were just spewed off. Like I said, a lot of this is live, off the top of my cuff, because I like to do these redirect videos right after I see the video. So I'm shooting off the cuff of my head. Maybe if I have more time processing it, I would maybe think a little bit differently, but I don't think so. For the most part, I think I've got a pretty good idea of this is how I kind of feel about this. Basically, it's just learn from past experiences. Don't, when you have so much weight on you, trust in your friends, trust in yourself, and just trust that you can do the right things from past experiences. That's really what it boils down to. And then always take care of your friends. Take care of your allies, take care of the people that are around you as best as you can, because in the end, they will have your back. That's something I kind of learned from this as well. Well, I always knew that, but it's something I kind of I picked up on that underlying tone. So, all right, folks. Well, thank you so much for joining me. The video link will be in the description below, as always. So check that out. Leave any likes and comments on this video, so I surely appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow for Ruby. Peace out. Bam. A special thank you to all my patrons. Thank you so much for your support.